What is going on, guys? Brad here from PickDawgz.com. Welcome to Brad's NFL Breakdown. In this video, I will be going over every single game for this Week 14 NFL slate, and I'll be giving out a pick as well. It's been a profitable NFL season so far, man. On the premium section, I'm hitting at a over, I think I'm hitting at like a 58.3% rate, which doesn't sound crazy, but I'm pretty proud of those numbers. So I'm looking to keep that going for the rest of the season, and I'm ready to have a big Week 14. If this is your first time watching this video series, I go through the games pretty quick. If you want a crazy, 2-hour video with someone talking about, offensive efficiency, defensive efficiency, crazy numbers, this isn't the show for you. I get through the games, I let you know what I think, and it's quick. Bang, bang, bang. So I want to get you guys in and out. So let's get right into it, guys. Week 14, here we come. First up, we are headed into Minnesota. We got the Commanders and the Vikings going at it. Jaden Daniels is back, which is crazy to think about. I mean, a couple weeks ago when I think it was Monday Night Football, when I watched him, it looked like he snapped his arm or dislocated his elbow. It looked terrible. It looked bad. And I was like, oh, yeah, there goes Jaden Daniels' season. It's over. But the man's back. He is back. For this game, though, I want to target the Vikings. The Vikings had a miserable performance last week in Seattle. Granted, they were rolling with a rookie quarterback. I believe he was undrafted as well. That was bad. That was terrible. I want to buy low on this Vikings offense. I want a Vikings team total over. While I'm recording this, the team total is set at, let me just confirm real quick. Their team total set at 21.5. I'm going to take it. JJ McCarthy comes back into action. He just saw one of his teammates just get absolutely crushed last week. I think he comes back with some vengeance, and I'm just going to be real, man. I don't like this Commanders defense this season. Yes, I understand they've had injury problems on the offensive side of the ball, but I think a real problem with this Commanders team this season has been on the defensive side of the ball. It hasn't been pretty at all. So, guys, I'm going to take the Vikings team total over. I think this is a close and competitive game, but I honestly think we see points in this one. So, Vikings team total over is the play. Next up, we are headed into Jacksonville. We got the Colts and the Jaguars going at it. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. You guys have probably heard, the trends over this week. The last time the Colts beat the Jags in Jacksonville, Andrew Luck was playing. Yes, you heard that right. For some reason, the Colts just cannot beat the Jags in Jacksonville. But I think it's important for us to mention with that trend is this Colts team is different this season. Like, yeah, I understand they've struggled in Jacksonville, but this is a whole new Colts team, in my opinion. And the Jags have been playing great, but I want to sell high on this Jags team. I really think this Jags team is a bit overrated at this point of the season. What? You beat the Titans, you beat the Cardinals. Like, come on now. I think the Colts come in here. I think it looks like there's going to be some rain in Jacksonville, so expect both these teams to work the ball on the ground. And yeah, I have much more trust in Jonathan Taylor than this Jaguars ground game. And also, guys, I think at this point of the season, with the Jags' last couple performances against some bad teams, I think this Jags defense is overrated coming into this game. And I think the Jags as a whole are overrated. I think they're a good team, don't get me wrong, but the Colts have shown me more. The Colts have beaten better teams this season than the Jags have. I'm going to take the Jags, I'm going to take the Colts. I'm going to lay the 1.5. If you want to play it safe, you can take them on the money line. That's probably actually how I'm going to play it. I'm just going to pay the juice, but Colts have to be the play here in my opinion. Next up, we are headed into New York. We got the Dolphins and the Jets going at it. While I'm recording this, Jets are laying 3 points. The Dolphins are laying 3 points, which I think is a bit crazy. Yeah, the Dolphins have played a little bit better. They've looked decent over the last couple of weeks. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to be cold in New York, guys. And there's a chance that it snows in this game as well. We all know Tua. We all know this Dolphins team cannot play in cold weather. I mean, how many years do we have to see it in a row where every time this Dolphins team goes up north into the Northeast, they look absolutely terrible? On the other hand, it looks like the Jets are rolling with Tyrod Taylor. And to be perfectly honest with you, I've liked how this Jets offense has looked better with Tyrod Taylor. And I know the Jets are coming off a big, crazy win last week. And typically, I don't love taking teams after a win like that. But Tua in the cold, yeah, Yeah, I'm not touching that. So, guys, I will be on the Jets. I actually think the Jets win this game outright, but I'll play it safe. I'll take the 3 points. Next up, we are headed into Atlanta. We got the Seahawks and the Falcons going at it. Seahawks laying 6.5 points in this game. It's gross, guys, but I'm taking the Falcons. I actually think this is a good matchup for the Falcons. We all know Seattle. They love to bring pressure, and they've had a lot of success blitzing quarterbacks this season. But when you look at Kirk Cousins this season, believe it or not, and I know it's not a massive sample size, but he's actually putting up some really good numbers against the blitz. On the other hand, the Falcons also like to bring pressure, and you know who struggles against the blitz? That's Sam Darnold. I actually think this is going to be a close and competitive game. I really do. I'm going to take the Falcons plus the points here at home. I'm seeing sevens. We could get Falcons plus 7. If you could get a full touchdown on the Falcons, definitely grab it. But this is honestly one of my favorite plays of the week. Take the Falcons. Don't fall for the Seahawks hype. I understand it might seem easy just to click that Seahawks button. Don't put Seahawks money line in your square parlays. Don't do it. Trust me, the Falcons are going to fight in this game. This is actually a pretty good matchup for them. So I'm going to take the Falcons. I'm going to take the points here at home. Next up, we are headed into Sunday Night Football. I don't know how my order got mixed up, but when I made the graphics, for some reason, this game got slotted in for the 1 o'clock games. But hey, I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to cover it. So yeah, a little bit out of order here, but big game. Big game, guys. We got the Texans headed into Kansas City to play the Chiefs. Chiefs laying 3.5 points here. I mean, it's pretty much if you lose this game for both of these teams, you're out of the playoffs, I believe, or basically out of the playoffs unless a miracle happens. So massive game. I like an under. I really don't want to back either of these teams right now. I took the Chiefs back-to-back weeks. I took them laying 3.5 against the Colts. They won by 3. I took them last week on Thanksgiving against the Cowboys. They lost outright. So kind of done with the Chiefs, but man, I think this is a great spot to attack an under. I mean, we got 2 of the best defenses in the NFL, and you got 2 offenses that have been lethargic this season. 2 offenses that have struggled to get the run game going. This is going to be a tight one. This is going to be a gritty game. I think it's going to be close, but overall, I think points will come at a premium here. So I love an under in this Texans-Chiefs game. Next up, we are headed into Tampa Bay. We got the New Orleans Saints and the Bucs going at it. Tampa Bay laying 8.5 points here. And as if you guys know, man, you watch my videos. I even got the Bucs throwback helmet right here. I am a Bucs fan, but I will be fading the Bucs this Sunday. I want the Saints plus the 8.5 points. The Bucs will win this game. I don't think the Saints have much of a shot to win this one. It is the NFL. Anything can happen, but I do think it's close. First of all, these teams are rivals. They absolutely hate each other. So every time these teams play, whether either team is good or whether either team is bad, these teams fight when they go against each other. And just the Bucs offense right now just looks lethargic. I mean, do you guys remember in the beginning of the season, people were talking about Baker Mayfield for MVP? This looked like one of the most electric offenses in the league. Well, that has slowed down a lot. And they did get Bucky Irving back last week, and he did have some success, but still, they didn't look great against that Cardinals defense. And the Saints, there's not a lot to be happy about with the Saints, but I actually do like their defensive unit a bit. This one will be close. I just think 8.5 points is too much in this type of rivalry division game. So I'm going to take the Saints. Give me the Saints plus 8.5. Next up, we are headed into Cleveland. We got the Tennessee Titans and the Browns going at it. Definitely the ugliest game of this Sunday slate. I mean, do you guys see that total? The total is set at 33.5. I mean, I don't remember the last time I've seen a total this low in an NFL game, but it makes sense. It's going to be cold. I think there's going to be snow as well, and you got Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward going at it, which it's actually going to be I honestly will probably tune into this game because, as you guys know, Shedeur and Cam Ward are good friends, so that makes an interesting storyline. And just both these guys playing in these conditions, it should be interesting. I'm going to take the Titans. I don't love it though, because I will say there's only one good unit for both of these teams. When you look at the offensive and defensive units for both these squads, there's only one good unit on the field, and that is the Browns defense. Whereas the Titans bad on both sides of the ball. The Browns bad on the offensive side of the ball. But In this type of game, man, with the total set at 33.5, you're going to give me 4 points in what should be a very low scoring game. That's where I would rather be in. Let's be real, guys. The Titans have one win this season. It was that crazy win against Arizona. They're not going to have many more opportunities to pick up a win. But if they play smart football, this is a game that they actually could win. So I actually think they come out in this one with a little bit more juice, thinking, all right, we can actually get another win in this one. And it may be our last chance. So it's gross. I mean, I'm probably not going to play it myself, but I think the Titans +4 is where I would go if I were to bet this game. So give me the Titans. Next up, we are headed into Baltimore. We got the Steelers and the Ravens going at it. Ravens currently laying 6 points while I'm recording this. Both teams are coming off miserable performances in their last game. I mean, Baltimore lost 32-14 at home against the Bengals. I mean, you put up 14 points against probably one of the worst defenses I've ever seen in my life. Mind-boggling to say the least. And then the Steelers got smacked up by the Bills, lost that one 26-7. So both these teams looking to bounce back. In my opinion, this is a must-win game, or I shouldn't say must-win with how close the AFC North is, but the Steelers got to win this game. Steelers have to win this game. If they lose this one, that means they're 2 games behind the Ravens, and they got to play the Ravens one more time this season. In my opinion, this is a must-win game for the Steelers. And for those reasons, I'm going to take Pittsburgh +6. I mean, we all know these teams don't like each other. We all know these teams typically play in pretty close games. I think the Steelers do enough to keep this one close. Do I think they win this one? No, but I just really can't trust this Baltimore offense right now to lay this many points against, in my opinion, is still a good defense. I understand the Steelers defense has been shaky at certain spots this season, but when you look at their personnel, it's still a good defensive unit. So I think the Steelers defense does enough to keep them in this game, and I think Aaron Rodgers has some magic throughout this one to keep it somewhat close. So I'll take the Steelers. Give me the Steelers +6. Next up, we are headed into Buffalo. We got the Bengals and the Bills going at it. It should be a fun game. Bills laying 6 points. Total set at 53.5. Looks like it's going to be snowing in Buffalo. Kind of crazy to see a total over 50 in a game that will have snow in it, but it makes sense. You got Joe Burrow, you got Josh Allen, and then you got that Bengals defense, which in that last pick, that Ravens Steelers pick I just gave out, I mentioned. I truly think the Bengals are one of the worst defenses I've ever seen in my whole life. Interesting game. I'm gonna switch things up a little bit for this one. I'm gonna have a player prop. I'm gonna give you guys a player prop. It's Dalton Kincaid over 36.5 receiving yards. The Bengals have been historically bad against tight ends this season. I mean, tight ends have been absolutely grubbing against this defense. We saw Isaiah Likely, even though the Ravens offense looked terrible last week. Well, Isaiah Likely was absolutely eating up this defense. I just don't see a world where Dalton Kincaid doesn't get over 32 yards. I just don't see a world. So that's going to be my play, guys. Dalton Kincaid over 32.5 yards. If you want a side, I lean Bengals +6. Season on the line. Joe Burrow, he showed he still has that magic last week. I think this one's going to be close. So Dalton Kincaid over yards is my favorite play, but I also lean towards the Bengals +6. Next up, we are headed into Las Vegas. We got the Broncos and the Raiders going at it. Broncos are laying 7.5 points in this one. Look, man, I understand this isn't a great spot for the Broncos. They're on a short week after playing Monday night last week. They're going into Oakland. The Broncos haven't been a great cover team. They've struggled to beat teams by margin this season, but I don't care. I'm throwing that all out the window. The Raiders are a train wreck. I mean, we saw Shedeur Sanders in the Browns go into Las Vegas and beat the Raiders by 2 touchdowns. Why shouldn't Bo Nix and the Broncos be able to do that? So this is a game I'm simply not overthinking, guys. I'm going to take the Broncos. I'm going to lay the points. Next up, we are headed into Green Bay. We got the Chicago Bears and the Packers going at it. Packers laying 6.5, which is just absolutely crazy. It's insane. Why are the Packers laying 6.5 in this spot? I mean, the Bears have looked sensational all season, especially, well, I shouldn't say all season, but especially as of late, the Bears look incredible. So why are the Packers laying 6.5? I'm simply going to do line reading in this game. I'm going to be on the Packers laying the 6.5. I think it needs to be done. I feel like the Bears, everyone's going to be like, oh, the Bears have been playing great. They just watched them last Friday on primetime. Everyone's going to be jumping on this Bears train. If it was that easy, we would all be rich from sports betting. But it's not that easy, guys. There's a reason the Packers are laying 6.5. And like I said, I'm strictly line reading in this game. Strictly line reading. The line doesn't make sense, and I think it tells you what you need to know. I'm going to take the Packers. I'm going to lay the 6.5. Next up, we are headed into Arizona. We got the Rams and the Cardinals going at it. Rams laying a whopping 8.5 points on the road here. Rams coming off probably their most disappointing loss of the season, losing to the Panthers in their last game. It was a weird game. It was weird, rainy, cross-country travel for the Rams. Like I said, weren't able to get the job done. Got a loss. I'm not going to say buy low because I think, the Rams aren't at a point where people are, cashing in their Rams tickets and selling their Rams stock. But after a loss like that, I do want to back the Rams. I'm going to lay the points here. Marvin Harrison Jr. out for the Cardinals. I just don't see how this Cardinals offense has enough juice to keep up with the Rams. Rams going back into a dome, going back into an indoor stadium where we all know Matt Stafford plays his best ball. I think Matt Stafford carves up this defense. And like I said, with no Marvin Harrison Jr., with no Trey Benson, which, they've been out with Trey Benson for a while. I just don't see how the Cardinals keep up through 4 quarters. So, guys, I'm going to take the Rams. I'm going to lay the 8.5. Next up, we are headed into Los Angeles. We got the Eagles and the Chargers going at it. Eagles laying 2.5 points. And this kind of reminds me of the Packers-Bears line where I just went on that rant about how I'm just line reading and why are the Packers laying 6.5 against the Rams. That's kind of, or sorry, not against the Rams, against the Bears. That's kind of how I feel about this one. Why are the Eagles laying 2.5 on the road here against the Chargers? The Eagles have looked bad. And I think this is more of a case of people are looking at this Eagles team as the team that won the Super Bowl last year. And I understand they have a lot of the same players, but they are dealing with injuries on the offensive line. And look, man, this team just hasn't been able to run the ball. What Saquon Barkley did last season compared to what he's doing this season, it's night and day. So I don't think the Eagles are the same team as last year. I think this team is overrated as hell. What have they showed us over the last couple weeks that they should be laying points on the road here? I'm going to take the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers plus 2.5. I just can't help it, bro. If the Eagles come out here and look great and win this one, I'll tip my cap. But from what I saw from the last 2 weeks, I just can't do it. I can't stomach it. So give me the Chargers. Give me the Chargers plus 2.5. And that is going to do it, guys. That is your week. Did I say 14? It's 14, right? Yes, that is your week 14 NFL slate. Went through every single game. Like I said, guys, I'm nice, quick and easy with it. No really crazy breakdowns, but that's how I'm feeling, man. So let's stay hot this NFL season. Check out my best bets. Check out my premiums. Like I said, I'm hitting NFL at a 58% rate this season. We're going to keep it up. So I'm definitely going to have some stuff locked and loaded for this Sunday. Would love for you guys to hop on with me. Let's make it a winning day. I'll catch you on the next one.